What's going on, flight crew? It's your boy Leo. Ride with me aboard the new TAOG'S HANGER HH-65 Dauphin from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today's mission is a vessel interdiction off the coast of Miami. Let's jump into it.
Have us searching the waters for an identified trafficking situation. The hotspot area is marked on your map. Surface units have reported homemade submersibles moving through the area. Keep an eye out. These crews like to use decoys to waste our time.
Alright guys, you heard it. We just got a vessel interdiction tasking order of a suspected low-profile vessel has been reported in the marked area. We are to locate the contact, confirm the target, and coordinate responder boats for intercept. Weather here at Miami Opelika is winds 140 at 11 knots, 10 statute mile viz. Clear. Temperatures 33, dew points 24, altimeter reporting 3002. On scene weather 35 nautical miles from search center. Winds are reporting 080 at 9 knots, 10 statute mile viz. Thunderstorms in the area. Clouds few at 3400. Cumulonimbus clouds scattered at 5500, scattered at 20,000. Temps 32, dew points 24, altimeters reporting 3002. We do not have any information on the vessel. It is an unidentified vessel, and we are to head out there and try to spot this vessel. Could be decoys in the area. So let's hop aboard the HH-65 Dauphin and get her fired on up. Alright, so here we are on the ramp of Opelika. We'll go ahead and get our stuff removed here and get the aircraft ready for this mission. Get the pitot tube covers off, and let's also make sure that we remove our engine covers. Oh, look at that, we got a Dauphin coming in as well. Bet that's multiplayer. Yep, multiplayer aircraft. And one taking off there. Look at that. This thing is popular, guys, I'm telling you. Alright, so let's jump aboard here.
Opelika clearance, helicopter Coast Guard 6550 with information Quebec. Looking for VFR departure to the south and east with flight following 1500.
Coast Guard 6550 on departure, maintain VFR at or below 1,500, departure on 125.5, squawk 4614, expect runway 9 or left.
We'll maintain 1,500 on departure. We'll maintain VFR at or below 1,500 on departure. Departure's on 124.6, squawking 4614. Coast Guard 6550.
Coast Guard 6550, read back correct, contact ground on 120.025 when ready.
Ground on 120.025, Coast Guard 6550. Got all doors and hatches are closed. We'll come up to the top. Sorry about that, gents. Position light can come on. We'll get some overhead lights. We probably won't need them, but we'll get some of them on. That is fine. Collective is idle. And let's roll on engine number... Get them off. Let's roll on engine number 1. Alright, one's coming up. That is normal. Alright, let's roll on 2. Don't worry, that is normal. Alright, pitot heats can come through to on, that is fine. Generators can come through to on. Takes a second to sync over. Alright, good there. We'll go RNAV, that's going to put us into LNAV here and allow the autopilot to follow the flight plan, that's fine. (4614), we are squawking 4614, we're in standby right now. Altimeter 3002, we've got that set here. And let's get departure on 120025. Well, actually, it's 1205. Ground is on, we'll go tower and get present position, see if they'll give us present position, 134675. I doubt they'll give us present position, but we'll do it anyway. And let's go altitude reporting or mode Charlie. Opelika Tower, helicopter Coast Guard 6550 on the Coast Guard ramp, looking for a present position departure, VFR to the south and east, 1500.
Coast Guard 6550, Opelika Tower, runway 9er left, winds 140 at 11, cleared for takeoff, after departure, proceed south and east, climb and maintain 1,500.
Clear for takeoff, after departure, proceed south and east, climb and maintain 1,500 feet, Coast Guard 6550. Alright, and departure 1255, so let's get them standby. Landing lights can come on, and we'll get the parking brake released. Alright gents, we are good to depart, so I will see you as we're heading out. And we're going to trim off for this. We'll hold the brakes a little bit. And 6560 is coming up. here at about 650 feet.
Don't sink.
Alright, let's go over to departure. Miami departure, Coast Guard helicopter 6550 off of Opelika, 600 feet. Request transition through to Class Bravo.
Coast Guard 6550, radar contact. Coast Guard 6550, traffic at your 12 o'clock, 4 miles. Same altitude, Embraer 170.
Miami departure, JetBlue 1371, 3000.
JetBlue 1371, Miami departure, good afternoon.
We'll keep an eye out for the traffic, Coast Guard 6550.
Delta 1208, Miami departure, good afternoon.
Miami departure, Coast Guard 6550, request transition through the Class Bravo.
Coast Guard 6550, cleared into the Miami Class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet.
Cleared into the Miami Class Bravo, maintain VFR at or below 1,500 feet, Coast Guard 6550. Alright gents, we are on our way out to the vessel interdiction area. 41 miles out, should be there, there's that Embraer there right above us. Should be there in about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll update you as we get closer. Alright, we're just easing into the zone here. We do have some vessels off our nose. Nothing that popped up for us yet. We'll give you the radar here, or the map thing, so you can see when it does. There it is. So now we have a radar, and all of these little dots are different vessels. And here we have one to the south, a low-profile submersible here, that we can go and check out. They will appear and disappear.
Coast Guard 6550, contact Miami Center on 133.85.
133.85, Coast Guard 6550. We'll also bring up the EFB. Now, this also shows on the EFB. I don't like using this because it takes up too much of your view. But you can see the same thing here on the EFB. And you also have a radar here that you can use as well. So what we'll do is close that out. We'll use the one that we got in the bottom right, and 133.85, and then we'll turn south. Miami Center, Coast Guard 6550, with you, VFR aircraft 600.
Coast Guard 6550, Miami Center. Good afternoon, North Cat K, altimeter 3000.
Altimeter 3000, Coast Guard 6550. Alright, let's get into it. Let's turn south. We'll come off of heading hold. And we'll also come off of altitude hold. We have the aircraft.
Miami Center, Caribbean 481, climbing flight level 280.
Caribbean 481, roger. Good afternoon, sir. Legion 2137, traffic 2 o'clock, 8 miles, crossing left to right.
Terrain
The
ahead.
CRJ at flight level
Terrain
310.
ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Entry
Terrain
flight 613,
ahead.
flight
Pull
level
up.
210 for 15,000.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain
Entry
ahead.
flight
Pull
613,
up.
Miami Center, roger.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain
Miami
ahead.
Center,
Pull
Southwest
up.
1123, checking in,
Terrain
flight
ahead.
level
Pull
310
up.
for flight
Terrain
level
ahead.
280.
Pull up.
We'll silence her. There ain't no terrain out here.
Southwest 1123, Miami Center. Good afternoon.
Miami Center, Southwest 1674, checking in, climbing flight level 250.
Southwest 1674,
Alright, so we'll get back in the
roger.
zone so we get our radar, and there we go. We'll check out this vessel here.
Miami
Just to
Center,
our
United
south.
1521, checking in, climbing flight level 220.
All of these other vessels are showing as
1521, good afternoon, sir.
maritime contacts. They all have names, and they also have their AIS system on, which is the ship's version of a
Miami Center,
transponder.
Southwest 783 out of 18,000 for 17,000.
So this is the first ping we're getting here. So we'll go and see if we can make contact with him.
Miami Center, JetBlue 2374 with you, descending 16,000 for 12,000.
JetBlue 2374, roger. Good afternoon, sir. Southwest 1123, continue descent, flight level 250.
Descending flight level 250, Southwest 1123.
And you'll notice they'll appear and disappear off of the radar scope as well.
Level 200 for flight level 240, Southwest 2197.
And here's a second one just popping up. That is also going to be a low-profile semi-submersible.
Climb flight level 240.
So one could be a decoy. We'll check it out. We'll check this first one.
Southwest 2197, proceed direct enter.
Direct enter, thank you, Southwest 2197.
Climb flight level 320. Flight level 320, Caribbean 481. Southwest 1674, climb flight level 280.
Flight level 280, Southwest 1674.
Alright, so we're nearing the vessel, so let's see if we can zoom in and spot him. We're putting him in a position where we can pass him off of our right side. I think that's him there.
2137.
Yep, alright, let's go check him out.
Level 360, report level. 2137.
Alright, we're getting jammed.
880 with you out of 17,000 for flight level 2.
He's jamming our radar here. Let's get eyes on it, then we'll report the vessel.
880 Miami Center, good afternoon.
Get right across this bow, let them know we're here, yep.
That's how accidents start, end to end.
Leaving flight level 260 for flight level 220, southwest 1120.
Ease off the bank. We need lift working for us.
Flight level 280.
Alright, we reported the vessel.
Guard aircraft.
Responders are moving to intercept. We need to maintain contact with them.
And awaiting confirmation. Positive confirmation from sector. That is the target vessel. Intercept codes are moving now. Keep eyes on.
320. American 875, roger. Good afternoon, sir.
Check your speed. Let's not audition.
Descend and
for fighter
maintain
jets
11000.
today.
Expect lower shortly.
Sending 11000.
Country flight 613.
Miami Center, Delta 1959, checking in at flight level 340.
Delta 1959, good afternoon, sir.
That's our boy.
Miami Center 981.
There's our vessels behind us, closing in.
Flight level 400.
Bank angle's getting high. Shallow it out and keep the aircraft working with us.
981, pilot report at flight level 370 if you have it.
Right at flight level 370, 981.
880, climb and maintain flight level 240, report level.
Flight level 240, 880.
Time to go. Take us back to base.
Alright, so our vessels have caught up with him. They will capture him and disable his vessel. And we can now actually return to base. So we'll go ahead and select return to base. And we'll come down here and go flight plan.
Southwest 1123, descend and maintain flight level 200.
Southwest 1123.
Activate direct back to OPF. And we're cleared to depart station here.
Allegiant 2580, flight level 330.
We'll give our guys a thank you. We'll give them one more little loop
Good evening, sir.
and give them a thank you as they close in on this vessel.
Southwest 2197, climb flight
He
level
thinks he's
320.
getting away, but we got some high horses here.
320, Southwest 2197.
Hotel Juliet, climb and maintain flight level
Those are some
320,
really
report.
fast tugboats.
Juliet.
But there's our go fast right there. Alright, we'll come on around and depart the scene and head on back to Opalaka.
Out of flight level 250 for flight level 280, 880.
See you, gents.
Southwest 1123, continue to send 17000.
Alright, we'll go ahead and climb up to about, we'll say about 1,000.
And to pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 330.
1,500 or so.
Flight level 330, Caribbean 481.
And we're working on trimming the aircraft.
Contact Homestead departure on 123.8.
And, that way we can set our autopilot on back.
flight level 240.
United 403.
Alright, trim released.
80, traffic 12 o'clock, 10 miles. A Boeing 737, crossing right to left at flight level
And we'll keep this about 500 to 600 foot a minute climb.
Negative contact 880.
And we'll go IES climb and
flight level 290.
nav. So we got indicated airspeed and vertical speed and nav engage. What that's going to do is hold our vertical speed as well as our airspeed. Nav is going to follow the flight plan, so we are golden as we head on back. Once we get to altitude that we want, in this case we'll stop at about 1500, 1400. We'll engage altitude hold and it'll level us off automatically. Alright gents, welcome back. We are approaching the coastline of South Beach, Miami.
Center, good evening, American 3211.
We'll go ahead and try to get our transition through the Class Bravo back on up to Opelika.
American 3211, contact Havana Center on 133.35. Over to Havana Center on 133.35, American 3211.
Miami departure, Coast Guard 6550 requesting transition through the Class Bravo 1400.
Coast Guard 6550 cleared into the Miami Class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 1,500.
Cleared into the Class Bravo airspace, will maintain VFR at or below 1,500, Coast Guard 6550. Alright, so we're good there. We're at 1,400. Now, I think we're going to get some points off when we look at our after-action report, because we came out super low, and noise abatement procedures are going to dock us for how low we came out over the city. So, we're coming in a bit higher. We are 11 miles out, and we'll start our descent as we get in a little closer. Opelika Tower, helicopter, Coast Guard 6550. We are 6 miles to the southeast of the field, requesting full stop.
Coast Guard 6550, enter right downwind for runway 9 or left, report midfield.
Right downwind, runway 9 or left, report midfield, Coast Guard 6550. Alright, so altitude hold off. Whoa, I should have had the trim switch. We'll enter the right downwind here.
Bank angle's getting steep. Roll some of that out.
Yes, we know. And we'll bring some of the power back.
Approaching runway 27 left. Caution! Caution!
Opelika Tower, Coast Guard 6550, midfield, runway 9 or left.
Coast Guard 6550, winds 1307, runway 9 or left, cleared to land.
Clear to land, 9 or left, Coast Guard 6550. Getting a little turbulence here. Alright, let's see if I can figure out where the Coast Guard ramp is from here. Oh, right in front of us. Perfect. We're aiming for that black patch. There's the departure spot for the Coast
Approaching
Guard ramp.
runway 9 left.
Alright, so trim is off. We'll bring her in nice and slow. We may have to come back around a little high and a little fast, so let's do that.
500.
We'll abort this approach here.
Right where we wanted it.
Alright, not bad at all. We'll go ahead and...
6550, contact ground on 120.025.
Round 120.025, Coast Guard 6550. See ya. What did they say? 120.025. Alright, so no need, we're already at the ramp here, so we'll go ahead and... Yeah, we'll contact them. Open locker ground, Coast Guard 6550, taxi to the Coast Guard ramp.
Coast Guard 6550, open locker ground, taxi to Coast Guard at your discretion. Good day.
Over to Coast Guard ramp at our discretion, Coast Guard 6550. Alright, let's get on over here. We'll taxi on over to our spot here. And then we'll look at the after action report or the debrief. If you enjoyed the video so far, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and dropping us a like. Your support that allows us to continue to do videos and provide content for you guys. This helicopter by TAOG'S HANGER is available now. I appreciate TAOG'S HANGER for sending us a copy of it. The other program that you see is Emergency Dispatcher Pro, which you can pick up from Aerosoft's website. Two separate programs that go hand in hand, and I do enjoy, we'll be doing a lot more of Emergency Dispatcher Pro here in the coming days. Easily. Beautiful bird. Not much collective you have to put in there. You see the tilt on that main rotor is already giving you a substantial amount of forward thrust, even near the idle regimes. I will implore you, though, to be easy on your turns, because she will tip. She has a narrow wheelbase, and she will tip. Alright, right where we left off from, we'll go parking brakes. That is set. We'll come up top. Everything is good there. We'll get the avionics off. That is fine. And we'll bring the power levers back to idle. And we'll shut her down. Rotor brake on. Alright gents, that is how you do that. This has been a presentation of the TAOG'S HANGER HH-65 Bravo for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And with that said, we will bring up the after action report here and we'll end in debrief now. And let me drag this up to the other window. So we can see it, and let me just change the capture here. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, there we go. Alright, so yeah, we'll take a look at the vessel interdiction operations. We've got a total of 72.5 out of 100 on that. Solid base to build on, smoother handling and timing will lift the overall performance. We got a smooth operator award. If we scroll down here, you see we've got
rescue swimmer deploying. Eyes on.
We've got the we got some pings here. Abrupt acceleration, noise exposure. I knew we would get that coming over the city. Noise exposure, urban. We were too low and too fast. Noise exposure, noise exposure, noise exposure. But we didn't get any coming back on the right hand leg coming in. Let me see, can we zoom in on this? What is this? That was a search center. We were low and fast, less than 150 feet. I guess it doesn't want you to be that low. Confirm target vessel, real interdiction target, confirm roll target, travel direction shown by arrow. So yeah, you get points, or you get a better score the quicker you can identify, the quicker you can finish that mission. Actual scene confirmed. So yeah, this is a pretty nice program. And it tells you here, we lost 4 points here for the urban noise exposure / airmanship. And says the review related to the score breakdown item, repeat the step with tighter timing and confirmation. We've got a 12.9 out of 15 on the safety. That's obviously because we were flying too low. Precision, we've got 39 out of 65. Efficiency, we did get 20 out of 20 on that. So we lost a total of 25.4 points, and we've got +4 of that on the landing adjustment, but we also lost -4 for the noise penalty. So other than that, man, I mean, it tells you we landed at, what did we do? -43 feet a minute, which was a butter coming back in. We had a headwind of 3.4 knots, crosswind of 8.7, so that was pretty decent considering. And then it gives you, you know, other breakdowns here of your mission, as well as a mission timeline, return to base, full event summary. It gives you all of your breakdowns here as well. Hover sequence, like it tells you everything. And I really like this. This is adding some more depth and stuff to mission generation for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this is Emergency Dispatcher Pro. You've got several, well, you know, we'll cover this more in the coming days, but that was a first look at it, as well as a first look at the HH-65 Dauphin from TAOG'S HANGER. And again, big ups and appreciate TAOG'S HANGER for sending us a copy. Again, if you enjoyed this, please do send us a subscription and a like on the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.